As the African Union pushes for its new flagship 2063 agenda, initiatives for prosperity and peace on the continent, investment in agriculture will play a key part for development, says the AU's Commissioner for Agriculture in comments to Euronews. Becoming autonomous will also be key for the continent, Josefa Sacco says. We have an import bill per year of $45 billion, when Africa has 60% arable land to produce for Africa and the world. With this comparative advantage that we have to try to exploit, I think COVID-19 was a good lesson. Our dependence on imports has to end.
Das importações dos bens alimentares têm que acabar.
Natural disasters like Cyclone Idai and the COVID-19 pandemic have shown the need for food reserves to cope with the unforeseen. We already have an initiative right now. We are working with the African Development Bank and the African Afrim Bank, Import-Export Bank, to see if this initiative of ours to create food reserves on the continent, a lesson from COVID, develop agro-parks for food reserves, because we saw that with COVID, many countries, mainly in West Africa, these countries live off rice imports. The market is Asian. With COVID, the measures that the government took of containment, everything was blocked. It was not possible to import food in these regions. So what are we going to do? We can't continue to stand with our arms folded.
Nestas regiões, então o que nós vamos fazer? Nós não podemos continuar a ficar com braços cruzados.
In Africa, subsistence agriculture is carried out by 70% of the population, and women represent 60% of the workforce. But only 1/5 of female rural workers own their own land. The difficulty in obtaining the rights to land is one of the most pointed out factors that hinder the access of small farmers to financing. Access to innovation, science and innovation, digitalization, this is very important, and access to finance. If she has the land title, she has a guarantee that she can go to the bank and negotiate a financing. In partnership with the European Union, the African Union will soon implement the recommendations of the Joint Report on Rural Africa, where 4 areas of action stand out, among them the implementation of the Strategy for Territorial Development and Job Creation, sustainable management of land, natural resources and climate action. We selected great think tanks, African as well as European, to work together. For 6 months, that task force worked in Belgium. We had great support from the European Union and produced the report of the task force on rural Africa.
Produziram o relatório da Task Force sobre África Rural.
In addition to the 2063 agenda, the African Union is guided by the Malabo Declaration, where the heads of state made a commitment to invest 10% of their annual budget in agriculture. In 2020, only 4 countries were positioned to meet this target by 2025.